I'm so excited. I'm nearly as excited as Albert Hall. Here we go. The night market has started.
J'ai besoin de toi.
This is a real sense of community. It's just incredible how everybody comes to support this little town, this tiny little town of Fongrave. So bizarrely, and it's a quick plug, I know, I admit it, but we've got 2 nights free at our little place on Thursday nights. So if you want to come and enjoy this, come and grab in some fun. And I've just bumped into Sandy, who rents her whole house out. If you fancy an experience like that, well, believe me, it's beautiful. And guess what? She's next on our list to be interviewed. Meet Sandy. Here we are. I'm literally across the river. Tell me though, what brought you here? Why here?
Moving to France was always something that I envisaged doing maybe a few years earlier, and back then it was more Annecy, the Haute-Savoie, and getting a winter-summer season. Finances and everything else didn't work out, so after seeing the Lot of Garonne when I stayed with Martin and Liz, I thought, why not? I didn't intend to move so close to them. That wasn't my intention, and I do apologise to them for that, and I have apologised to them for that. It has turned out very fortuitous, because they've been very helpful, of course, in setting up the business and renting out. I rent out the big house for the summer. But yeah, so the Lot of Garonne, I mean, it's, why not? It's a beautiful part of the world, as you well know.
So you've obviously got family here, but you are single.
I am, and I came on my own, not with Billy here, but with another dog who was, you know, Saint Jack, who was very well behaved, unlike his lordship. But you know, tragically, I lost him very shortly after I moved.
Yeah.
So a knee-jerk reaction led me to getting Bill. So it's just the 2 of us, and yeah, sometimes I have to take big breaths. It's a lot to take on your own. There's couples that when they lose one or they split up, that the other moves back to the UK or whatever, and I've decided to do it the other way around. I've just come out here, hook, line and sinker, and do it by myself. Gave up my job and my life in Guernsey.
But you didn't just do it and pick on a sort of a little bed and breakfast or a little gîte, did you?
No.
You've really
A monster.
you've gone to town with this.
At a 7-bedroom maison de maître with a very large swimming pool, a very lovely large swimming pool, a pool house which I understand you're quite jealous of.
Yes.
2 large family bathrooms. One room's got a shower room, and 3 of the rooms have their own basins in there, and a downstairs toilet. So they're not all en suite. But marketing, I put it's not en suite. So when they arrive, they know it's not en suite. I've had mainly multi-generational families come and stay, and I haven't had any bad reports. They've all been so lovely, lovely families, and as soon as the children see the pool, they're in love, absolutely in love with it.
The grounds are huge.
All the gardens here are quite big. This, you know, France is quite vast and open land. It used to be a farm, and I've also got a very large barn.
Which I'm very jealous
You're also
of.
jealous of that. The house was the maison de maître of the village, so it was like the important house of the village. So, yeah, then I put a petanque pitch in, and I've got a little apple orchard around the side of the pool house. But it's manageable. That's all I wanted. I wanted it to be manageable. I didn't want hectares, just enough to make a nice garden area with a gazebo in the middle, and you know, you could have a game of badminton or. There's little areas you can go to.
So people can just basically rent the whole thing?
They rent the whole house. I mean, my guests come in and they'd ask me if it's shoes on or off, and I said, it's your house. You decide. You know, it's the moment they arrive, it's their home, and they can do what they want. You know, they're not allowed to trash it, of course. But of course they won't. They wouldn't. Well, they haven't.
No throwing the tellies out the window.
Yeah, there's no throwing the telly, no mad parties like that. But it's their home for the week, and to do as they would and as they wish. And people are very appreciative of that.
And what's that like as an experience to you so far? Is that
Yeah, I mean, it's great because I've got a great work-life balance. So I only work 7 days a year, depending on how many bookings I get. I call my working days a changeover day, so I maybe got like 7-8 days a year if I've got 2-week bookings.
Because the season's from May to September?
I go June to September.
Oh, June to September.
Pool's not heated, so I really wouldn't want to. You know, the pool. I mean, I opened the pool in April, and I went in when it was 18 degrees, but I wouldn't inflict that on a guest.
So you've got the house and somewhere for you to live as well.
Yeah.
All in one piece of land.
Yeah, all in one piece of land. So I bought the house with the pool and which is the business, and then I live in a converted chez, which is a converted old prune store. It's only a little sort of 2-3 roomed place, but it's fine for me. It's air conditioned, so I have that bonus. So I live in there separately, fenced off from the property. So I'm on site if guests need me most of the time. I sometimes move into the house, and I suddenly realise, oh, the space is wonderful.
And you sometimes have parties at the house.
And I sometimes have parties there, yeah. So I entertain out of season. I entertain across in the house, of course. It works really well. I have the best of both worlds. So yeah, I wouldn't change it. It was the perfect purchase. But the cost of property over here is not comparable to the cost of property in Guernsey. It's so different.
This would cost equivalent, really, to a nice 3-bedroom apartment, wouldn't it?
No. I bought a 1-bedroom maisonette in Guernsey before I left, which cost me the same as all of this. There's no comparison. How can you compare? And the outside space in the Guernsey property is enough to put a whirly-bird washing line in, and I've got an acre.
Would you go back?
No. As it stands at the moment, I have no plans on ever returning permanently. I may visit from time to time for friends and family, of course, but permanently, no. France will be my home. I'm
incredibly impressed that you've done all of this on your own, I think. That's probably the best way of putting it. It's impressive, because it's a huge amount of work.
It is. Changeover days. Last year I did it by myself, and it hurt. I mean, it's a lot. It's 7 bedrooms to change, 2 kitchens, the pool, the outside, pressure cleaning, and 3 bathrooms, 2 shower rooms. It's a lot of work to do by yourself, and by the time the guests arrive at 5:30, I was broken. So this year I've got a great friend, Sue, who's kindly offered to help me with the changeovers on the interiors, and hopefully another friend will help me during the August to do some of the outside work. So that's going to be such a relief, because it is so much work to do.
Let's talk about the location. I mean, we're in one of the smallest little towns, but it's one of the prettiest, isn't it?
So on my bucket list was to live on the edge of a village. I didn't imagine living on the edge of such a small village. I was hoping there'd be a bit more going on, but if you've got Casamouron and St Livrade and Villeneuve, they're not too far away. And in a car these days over here, you know, it's practically next door. But I've got great neighbours with Gilles and Jim. And they've been brilliant. They moved in 3 months after me and introduced themselves, and we've been great friends ever since. And I've joined tennis clubs, and I've joined French lessons. I've got such a great group of friends, both English and French. And you came here for my Liberation barbecue, and there was 45 people that I'd invited. So after sort of moving for 3 years, to suddenly have the community that big that I could invite to a party was fantastic. And Fongrave, small as it is, it's great for Bill. He can just walk around and everybody knows him. They don't know me. They know I'm the lady with Billy.
It's also my favourite town for one reason.
It's the night markets start for July, for the summer. Yeah, they're great, absolutely great, and the place comes alive. And where I'm fortunate, I'm just a short stroll. You're just a short sail. It's perfect.
But it's an incredible event, isn't it?
It is. Everybody says it is. But you could go to one every night of the week in the summer if you wished. But we both believe that Fongrave is best.
The night market here is incredible. But Fongrave also sits on the river, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got a share in a boat.
I do. Yes, it's an interesting vessel, as you found out on Sunday.
Yes, well, I wasn't going to go there, but I came and rescued you.
You did. I had some friends staying, and I thought we'll take a nice cruise up the river, have lunch at the Domaine de Bouquetal, which was beautiful, and then have a nice river cruise on the way back. But unfortunately, the boat said no. So I phoned the AA of the river, which is Richard, and he very kindly gave us a gentle tow home.
With my little 40 horsepower engine.
It works. Don't mock your boat. Your boat is a little tug.
But what about the river itself?
Beautiful. I mean, your boat, ours is a bit big. It's an old sea boat, so it makes too big a wake to go close in, where yours is perfect to go in and see the wildlife. And you've taken me and some friends of mine and my family, and it's been very beautiful. You can see the first kingfisher I saw was with you not too long ago.
I always ask people the pros and the cons. You know, I've been at French lessons with you. Your French is pretty good, actually.
I thought so until I had to. It's the phone.
Oh, the phone.
Until you get it, I had to. Yeah, I had to be on the phone yesterday to a company to try and get a reimbursement for something. And you start in French and they answer back, and it ends there.
What's reimbursement in French?
Reverse.
Reverse?
Reverse.
Reverse?
I'm guessing reverse. I've thrown a few English words every now and then, thinking that they might be French with an accent.
Just say reverse.
I turn into Renee from a lower low. Reverse. So yes, so he just in the end he just hung up on me.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I've got to try again, or if not, we're going to go to our favourite Frenchman across the road and say Gilles.
Because Jim and Jill are literally across the road
from me. Yeah. Yeah.
What a fantastic couple they are. And of course, Jim is from up north, or sort of Liverpool way, isn't he? But Gilles is a Parisian.
A posh Parisian, yeah.
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 And that's a great asset to have
He's
across the road.
Very, and he's so kind and generous with his time, and nothing's too much trouble for him, which is lovely.
Including teaching us French.
Yes, the grammar Nazi. He's very, very strict. He loves the French language, and he loves all grammar, both English and French. But yeah, he's a stickler, and the lessons go downhill very quickly, as we know. They go a bit below the waterside.
We have so much fun there, don't we?
We do laugh. I mean, they did start at mine, but it's much easier to go across the road to theirs.
So you do the same as me. Well, when I'm not skiving, you do Wednesdays.
Wednesday mornings at
the proper school. Yeah, I think you're in a couple of classes higher than me. I'm on the lowest class, and I keep saying, is there a class lower? But
I feel that I'm out of my depth. I feel like I shouldn't be in that class, but I don't want to move because we have so much fun, and they're such a great bunch of people. So I'll stick with it.
Tell me how much that French lesson costs for a year.
€30.
30 euros a
year. And in the height of the winter, we have to pay €2 to heat the building.
Yes, extra.
So it's next to nothing.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's so good.
How's it been setting up a business here? You know, I mean, how's that work?
Hard.
You know, getting your visa.
I came because I hadn't bought the house. I came on a visitor visa because without buying the house, I had no proof of the business. With the idea of converting it when I arrived. Unfortunately, through various, I had a hand holder that didn't really do the job that was supposed to have been done, and that was all delayed. But eventually, with the help of other people, it went through. So I've got my working visa. and that's fine. The prefecture, when you go to the prefecture, they're very helpful when you actually see a person. It's so great to see a person. The tax office is very good because you can just go down there, take a number and see a person. Even though you have to do your returns online, I've got an accountant that has done mine for me. But yeah, the bureaucracy is difficult, but it's going to be difficult in any country that you move to. If you were French moving to England, I'm sure it'd be just as difficult to try and get everything sorted. Brexit didn't help, of course, because that's why the visas have come in.
So, from my understanding, it's very difficult to swap from a tourist visa to a working visa.
It was hard. There was a lot of hoops to jump through. Normal forms that you wouldn't normally have to fill in, translations of documents and notarised documents. You know, going right back to my mother's maiden names and everything. So it was difficult, but I've done it, and I think I'm one of the few people that have done it. It's not a common thing to do.
No.
But it was it took a long time, a year longer than I hoped, but in time for me to get this running.
We've talked about the cons, the pros. We've vaguely touched on those.
The pros is the work-life balance. I mean, instead of getting up and going to work from 9 to 5, I think, oh, I'll go and play a game of tennis. I played tennis about 2 or 3 times a week. Or I can go to French classes. I can watch Wimbledon all day long, all afternoon. I mean, this week I'm in heaven. And last year I could watch, I was doing my ironing during the season, and I was watching the Olympics and watching Wimbledon. It was like, you know, I haven't got to wait to get home to watch the highlights. So and also just getting out and meeting the new people and the culture, and being able to go in the car and drive somewhere and not have to stop in traffic jams. You're just, you know, you're driving and you see the most beautiful countryside. So that's definitely a pro. And it's very seasonal, so you do get your winters, you do get your summers, and spring and autumn are equally as lovely. So all the seasons have their own benefits.
What's shopping like here?
Well, the shopping is... I find for clothes shopping, I'm all right with going into Villeneuve or Agen. For fresh food and market food, we have the market at St Liverard, and then there's a great farm shop not too far from me. But the St Liverard market is apparently one of the best in the area. We go to the pub and we go to Mary Claude. That's always a good day out.
It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
What about the food here in France?
It's lovely. There's restaurants that you can have fine dining, or you can have... the Bourgotel does a fantastic lunch on the terrace. I've been 3 times this year, and I would go every day if I could. It's just lovely. My pocket can't afford it. Down here it's more regional. It's very duck focused, foie gras focused. I mean, went to the great foie gras market that was brilliant. It was like duck day out. I mean, it was November and it was beautiful. But we went to the cookery exhibition, and what was on sale there and at the shop was just gorgeous.
Like you say, it was a November,
most beautiful day, sunny day, and
beautiful day
in late 20s, upper 20s. But I mean, my first Christmas here, it was Christmas Day, and it was 19 degrees on Christmas Day, beautiful sunshine, and I'm dressed traditionally at Christmas, long sleeves, and I was walking the dog. This is too hot to be Christmas, but absolutely beautiful.
That is an adjustment that I've learnt to make now, is that you have to get up earlier here to do the chores, don't you?
Yeah.
Because come lunchtime...
It gets hot. Well, the hottest part of the day, of course, is between 4 and 6, which is unusual for the UK. The hottest part of the day is normally around lunchtime. But it just seems to get, from midday onwards, just seems to get hotter and hotter and hotter. I mean, like Saturday night at the Moulin Fritz in Castelmoron, €15, bargain.
So, are you happy with your lot then?
I'm very happy with my lot. At the lot.
Yes, we could do that. Shall we do it?
Yeah.
So, I say, are you happy with your lot?
I'm happy with my lot.
And then you say,
And that's your lot.
no, I say that.
All right.
And you could say from the lot, if you like.
I'm very happy with my lot from the lot.
No, so I think we bounce, you see.
Okay.
So
I'm very happy with my lot.
Now I say, are you happy with your lot?
I'm very happy with my lot.
So that's it.
From the lot.
Till the next time.
Goodbye.
That's good.
So awkward.
I tell you.
I thought I was not going to cop that bit up.